Yeah, I felt good. I think anytime your offense scores some runs early for you, you can confidently go after hitters, which I felt like me and Joey did a decent job of today. And that kind of gave me the longest out of my career so far. So.
You told us that last week you felt like the second time through that order gave you a little bit of trouble. How did you get more confidence today attacking that lineup the second and third time?
The confidence came from the work in between this week. I did a lot of work with the breaking ball and just playing, I guess a good way to put it would be like the slow game, just making sure I'm making hitters respect, the sweeper that I throw. And we did a good job early in the outing of establishing that I was going to throw that and keeping them, more on their heels in terms of the velocity standpoint, which I didn't do last outing, and that definitely helped me get through the second time for sure.
Who was it that worked with you on that?
What'd you say?
Who was it that worked with you on that?
The whole pitching staff. It's something I identified pretty quickly, honestly. Like right after my last outing ended, it was something that I kind of talked with the group about, and we kind of just took it from there and was able to, set up a routine through the week to be able to work on that pitch, and then talking with the catching group of how we wanted to attack it and use it, and then took it into the game and was able to execute some of it today.
Carmen, what does this do for your confidence to kind of have that adversity, work through it, and then have a success like tonight?
Yeah, it definitely builds your confidence. This is something I'm going to look back onto and dive into and say, what worked today, what didn't work today, but ultimately able to get a win for the team. So there's things to build off of, and there's confidence to build off for sure.
Is this the first time you've thrown 90-plus pitches in a game since, what would be Altoona maybe several years ago?
Yeah, definitely.
How are you feeling physically just with that volume?
Yeah, physically I felt good. First inning through the fourth inning I felt really good. I think that fifth inning I had a little bit of fatigue there, but it's something that I can kind of move forward with and understand what is my body going to do when I do feel fatigue, both physically and mentally, where are my mechanics going to go. But generally I'm feeling okay at this point with that volume.
When the offense is providing support like they did tonight, just kind of how much does that help you just kind of be loose on the mound and just think about pitching rather than kind of thinking about keeping this one close or anything?
Yeah, I mean, it gives you full confidence to stay loose and stay in control of the game and in your outing. When they give you runs, it's easier to pitch, and I think anybody will say that. When you have the confidence that your offense has put up runs, it's just go and attack the hitters.
Carmen, what was your impression of Thomas in his second major league outing, being on the mound for that last out?
Yeah, he did great. He threw the ball really well. I think some of the hits and runs he gave up, he's going to be able to make the adjustment pretty quickly. He gave up some soft contact, and he gave up some hard balls, but he's proved that he belongs here. He's a really, really good pitcher, and he's got really good stuff. And also credit to Joey Bart today as well, of both helping me in my second career start, not including the openings I've done, and then having a guy, I'm not sure if it's his first time coming out of the bullpen, but at least in the big leagues, his first time coming out of the bullpen, so he was able to work with us and control the game from his end. So Joey definitely did a great job back there helping us both out.
Why does it work well with Bart? What is it that Bart does that makes that easy for you?
He's probably the first person here every day. You have full trust in a guy who really puts in the work day in, day out. And that gives, me and Harrington a lot of confidence to just shake your head yes and to be able to work with him. He just does a lot of things right, man. He's obviously a really, really good player, and when you see the work that he puts in, both scouting, physically, mentally, communicational-wise, you can really, really trust a guy like that behind the plate, and both Endy as well. They both do a great job.
Carmen, as a bullpen guy yourself, just how important is it when you have games like tonight where your starter goes deep and gives those guys out there a bit of a rest, especially during a stretch where they've been eating a lot of innings?
Yeah, I think it's important. Honestly, that's probably more important on Harrington's part because he came in and ate 4 innings in the back half. To be able to get through 5 with 1 run is important, but one guy throwing the rest of the 4 innings in the game is probably even more important for the bullpen guys. I think they're going to be pretty excited that he's able to do that, to be able to give the rest of the guys kind of a day off.